Hi everyone, it's Zoe here. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts today in this very chaotic times. We are in the middle of this chaos, and this is actually a part of the whole process. I just wanted to come to you today and remind you of that this is a part of the ascension process and the awakening. So everything is fine. Everything is totally fine. Just want to come with my energy today and calm you down if you feel stressed out of what's going on in the world. I know it's totally crazy. It's totally crazy out there. So it's really important to get to that place of just feeling that everything is fine. You feel the trust and you feel this deep calm within yourself. And I want to share some thoughts about choosing timelines today. And it's becoming more and more important to learn how to navigate and to be more precise about your manifestations. Um, because you are choosing timelines every billions of seconds. You're choosing timelines like all the time, and you don't want to go down the road of a timeline that you don't prefer, right? You really want to choose a timeline that is for the highest good for you. You're always following your highest good, but you have to be very aware of how you manifest your timeline. And so it's really important that you tune into and give energy to the timeline that you prefer. I know it's totally it's a it's no question about that you want that, but it's really easy to slip and go down the road that you don't want to. So just want to explain what I mean by timeline. I know that a lot of people know what timeline means, but just to give you an overview, the way I see it is that there are many different, like billions and billions and zillions of different versions of Earth, and thereby also versions of reality and realities, and you can choose uh, the reality you prefer. You can choose the timeline uh, that goes to and be where you are in that reality where you want to be. And all the realities are getting more clear to us. You have to make this very clear. You have this dark timeline and you have this light timeline. There are several, like zillions of timelines, but you have this dark timeline and you have this light timeline. So as we are in the middle of this transformational times, we are in between those worlds. We are in between the 3D matrix, the old Earth, and also the new Earth that we are manifesting already and have been doing so for many years. But it's getting more clear, at least to me, that we are manifesting the new Earth. But we are still, in between those worlds, and we are disconnecting from the old Earth, and we are connecting to, at least we want to connect to the new Earth. And some people are doing this, including myself. I'm doing this very consciously. It's not easy sometimes, but I'm doing it very consciously. So what is happening right now is that we still see we can still experience the old Earth. We can still experience the 3D reality. And we know that, right? With all the chaos that is going on, with what has been happening during the last 1.5 years. I'm not going to mention any things about that because then I'm going to be shut down. But you know what I mean. And so the darkness of the 3D reality becomes more and more clear to us. We see it more and more clearly. And it has actually been that dark all the time. Because sometimes I express myself and saying that, oh, it's getting more and more dark. But it actually has been that dark all the time. And now, since the light is becoming so strong, and the light and all the strong energies are pouring into us from the universe, we're seeing the darkness more clearly, and we see like all that, like the corners and everything. We see the darkness because we have the spotlight on it. That's why. It's not because it's getting more dark. And that's also can be quite comforting in a way. And all the chaos is because we are freeing ourselves from our chains, from and stepping into our sovereignty, as I've been talking about earlier. So, but we do have a choice here. We do have a choice to either connect to the old earth, which is very, very dysfunctional and very dark, as you can see now. And we do have a choice to connect. We can either connect to the dark earth, or we can connect to the new and bright earth, which is very, very joyful and with peace, where we live peace side by side, and this beautiful earth that we are manifesting. But you do have a choice. And how do we choose that? How do we choose that timeline that we prefer? And how do we choose that timeline which are really vibrating with our own soul's truth? How do we do that? And there are many different aspects of this, and I'm going to talk about one thing today, which I know that you know about, but we always need to be reminded all the time, including myself. I need to be reminded all the time because it is a heavy process that we're going through. Actually, I don't feel that it is quite heavy at the moment because I feel so light. I feel so uplifted and joyful, and so I don't feel that heaviness actually. But I know that some people are really, still into that heavy energy and are going through very deep things and difficult things in their lives. So the funny thing is that now we can see why the law of attraction came into the community for quite some time, and very strongly with the book and the film The Secret, as you probably know about. And as you probably also know, I've been writing a book together with Jack Canfield from The Secret, which has been an honor for me, of course. And I've been presenting my two concepts, Be an Attractive Magnet and Soul Vibration Marketing, which you can look up on the website. And it's so beautiful because now we see that, okay, the film was released in 2006, I think, and I also think the book was released in 2006. And it came into our community, and people awoke to, wow, I'm the creator of my own life. And then we have been working with consciously manifesting our own lives for many, many years now. And for me, I've been refining my manifestations very much. I've been working with this together with my spiritual team, with my guides, and creating these concepts, Be an Attractive Magnet and Soul Vibration Marketing. So I've been going very deep into the law of attraction, and I work with it in a very much different way. And that's also what Jack Canfield said, that this is what was missing in The Secret, because The Secret was a starting point where we understood that we have the power to manifest our own lives and create our own lives. And then it was very focused on material things, and there's nothing wrong with manifesting material things. I've been doing that a lot, and I love this material world, and we are in this material world because we choose to be here and to experience this beautiful earth and all the beautiful things in it. But of course, it can be a little bit too much if you're manifesting like 20 cars and things like that. Can be quite exaggerating. But anyways, it's so beautiful because we have had the law of attraction with us for many years now. So just to remind you of that, one huge part in learning how to manifest is to clear out your blocks. And you already know that, I know, but I'm just here to remind you. So in order to choose your preferred timeline, you have to clear your blocks and get rid of all the things that are hindering you, and all the obstacles, so that you can really step into the new earth And we are doing this individually, and we're also doing this for the collective. We're doing this collectively as well. So it's really important now, because we are also in the split of timelines. I think I've been talking about this in some of my videos before. Since I'm doing it in Swedish and I'm doing it in English, so I don't really know sometimes which video it was, but still, we are in the split of timelines. So it's incredibly important to choose wisely in which timeline you tune into. So just to give you an overview of how I live at the moment, I live energetically in the new world, and I think a lot of people are doing the same. So I just want to confirm you in that. We're living in the new world already. And my soul tribe is so beautiful, because my soul tribe has really come to me the last couple of years, and a lot of people in my soul tribe has come to me like 1 year ago, 2 years ago. And so we have this beautiful group of people here on my island, and also in the south of Sweden, very close in this region where I live. We are seeing each other a lot. We are creating beautiful things together. We have these beautiful projects that we're doing together, and we laugh and we cry and all of that. But we are living already in the new energy, and we are supporting each other to be able to live in that energy. And I know that a lot of light workers, starseeds, whatever you want to call us, are coming together now. We are, since maybe 2 years ago, maybe a little bit earlier as well, but we are coming together. We have been working alone for such a long time, and now we're coming together, and we are holding the energy even stronger together. So we are living the new energetically, and that's how I feel, and that's how I experience my life at the moment. But to me, it still looks the same outside of me, and I think you probably can agree on that, because we see the outer world still with all the chaos. I'm laughing because it's so chaotic, it's so crazy. But to me, it feels like a different world. It feels sometimes that I'm walking in the middle of this film, and I'm not really participating in it, and I'm watching it from outside in a way. So to me, it looks the same, sort of, but my experience within myself is totally different. And this is part of the creative process when you are transforming the reality. It's a part in between, the darkness and the light. We are in the middle of this transformational process, and that's how we experience the reality, that it still looks the same, I feel different, and we are manifesting the new world. So I just wanted to confirm you also on that, because you probably have felt this, and it's like, why is this going on still? What is happening? So back to the blocks. In order to be able to choose that timeline and to make this transformation very smoothly and very easy, you have to clear your blocks. And that is something that we work on very, very much and very deeply in my concept, Be an Attractive Magnet. That is actually the largest part of it. Because if you are clearing your plate, and you are able to manifest very, very easily, and then you're also in alignment with your soul's purpose, you are in alignment with your essence, with your soul's essence. So that is a very important part of what's going on right now, to clear your blocks. And from what I've been seeing for the last 1.5 years, and also lately, I'm watching social media a little bit, not too much, not too much. I try not too much, but I follow social media and read the people's comments, both in the sort of like spiritual, quote unquote, spiritual community, and also not so spiritual community. more the aware community and not so aware community. So I feel like I feel where people are at the moment, so I know what I can, how I can, how I can support people. So so I've been watching lately and see what's going on, and it's there are you know, there are a lot of darkness coming up to the surface, but it's so important that you do not give your energy to the darkness, because I see a lot of fears going on, a lot of fears, a lot of anxiety, both in both communities. Um, but we are also a lot of people that feel very calm, and we trust the process, and we know, we have this deep inner knowing that this is just a part of the process that we have to go through. We have to go through it. We cannot go around it. We have to go through it to get to the other side, quote unquote, other side, to the new earth. But I see a lot of panic. I see a lot of fears in social media. So I just wanted to reflect on that. It's really important that if something comes up in you, that you feel some fears that rise to the surface, you have to go deep and see what it is about and dissolve it. Depending on how much you've been working with yourself, because sometimes you don't have to go so deep to dissolve it, but we really have to clear our blocks here, because otherwise we are manifesting more and more. If you're getting more panicked, you're manifesting more things to be panicked about. You're manifesting, creating more things to be fearful about. So because I see sometimes, you know, in social media, like, oh yeah, they will take over, they pursue their agenda, and we must do something now, and everyone will die. Panic, panic, panic. You know, people are getting into this panic mode, and I do recognize this pattern, because I've been feeling panicked also myself during my lifetime. I went through this quite panic time in maybe 2016. And I came into contact with the fall of Atlantis, because that's for me where this panic comes from. And I assume that a lot of people can feel this panic because what happened in Atlantis. But the thing is that we're going a different way now, and we have to also choose, because there is a dark agenda. We see this dystopian agenda, and there is a dark agenda, and there is a dark timeline that you can absolutely go if you want to. If you want to go there, but I assume that that you don't want to go into that dark timeline. But if you still, you know, will continue to feel panicked about this agenda, you will still create it. So you have to step aside. You have to just, okay, what is going on here? Why do I feel this way? Do I have to go deeper within myself? And how can I dissolve this panic? How can I dissolve this fear that I'm feeling? And what I've been doing, and I assume that you've been doing as well, I've been looking into past lives or parallel existences, and also, of course, this lifetime and your childhood. You have to, you know, look at what the blocks that have been created from that in this lifetime as well, and also your soul contracts. What are you here to explore? What are you here to develop and to experience? We all have different soul contracts. So if you dive deep and really, you know, dissolve these blockages and these blocks, and you will create a totally different timeline. Even though it still looks dark outside, you will create a different timeline. So please choose wisely. Please do. And something that I do to cope with this situation is that, yes, I see the agenda. I see the dystopian agenda. It's been played out, and it is playing being played out because we're supposed to see it. We're supposed to disclose it. That's why it's been shown to us so clearly. So it's so clear to me that this is an agenda. Okay, but we can look at it with the eyes of love, and also with trust and an inner knowing that everything is well. We have to go through this, and we're keeping the light. We're keeping our light timeline steady. That's what we're doing. And what I do to cope with this situation is that I observe. I observe what is going on. I see it from a larger perspective, and I take a step aside and I step into sacred neutrality. You probably heard about sacred neutrality. I came into contact with that concept and that that energy of sacred neutrality when I started with Kundalini Yoga in probably 2004, something like that, or 2004, I should say. I started to practice sacred neutrality. So that is also something that you can do, to observe, to step aside, to step into sacred neutrality, and to disconnect from that feeling of getting totally panicked, because then you will see the situation from a totally different view, from a bird's eye view. You see it from above, and you see that, okay, this is a part of the process. And of course, if you feel like, okay, I have to act, I have to do something, because I trust that your soul will whisper or scream, actually sometimes, and say that, okay, step into this, do this, act on this. Just do it, okay? Follow your feeling and follow your intuition, saying that, okay, I have to start this this group or this organization. I have to go out there with some information. I need to share the information, and then that's your soul's mission. If you feel the strong urge to do something, then just do it. It's not that, okay, I'm gonna just sit here on my sofa at home doing nothing. I'm just gonna observe everything that's going on. If you feel like, okay, I need to step in here, I have to show everyone else that I'm claiming my sovereignty and what that means to me, or whatever, then you do that. We all have different parts in this. Some people are just sitting at home meditating and being the light, and some people are out there, in these manifestations and these demonstrations and out on the streets, and that's perfect. It should be that way. We have different parts in this, and I cannot sit at home and holding this powerful, super high vibration, and being out there in this crazy world. It's difficult. It's very challenging. Of course, I can do that, but we have all different parts in this process. So that was my thoughts today on what's going on in the world. So I hope you feel inspired now to really look at your blocks and what you need to work on. And if you go to my website, it's zoeland.org, or you can go to zoedevi.com and you click on the English part of the website. You can see, I think it's under courses or workshops or something like that. You can find my two concepts, Be an Attractive Magnet and also Soul Vibration Marketing. I have some recordings there. I also have my book with Jack Canfield and an interview with Jack Canfield that he did with me in his home in Santa Barbara, California, back in 2017. So I hope you enjoyed today's talk that I've been doing, and please share with your friends, and so that they can be inspired to feel more trust and feel more calm, because that's really important during these times. Okay, take good care of yourself, and I see you next time. Bye. Bye.